I think watching a woman eat is erotic.
Philip's turned on by feeding me because when I eat, I gain weight.
You imagine where the fat's gonna go, where the curves are gonna go. I find our feeder-feedee relationship to be erotic, extremely sexy.
I weigh somewhere over 600 pounds.
The feeder would be the person who is admiring of an obese, large person. Part of their attraction to them is a desire to want to feed them.
I saw her picture and it was very impressive.
I was leaning over a bed and my belly was just hanging down, and he just went nuts.
She's a big girl. I like big girls.
Donna was the world's heaviest woman to give birth in 2010. She weighed 532 pounds at the time, and it took a team of 30 people to deliver her baby via C-section. She also had a website where men paid $19 a month just to watch her eat. She said the men didn't even need to see her, just feeding her was enough for them. She was their fantasy. She said, here I was just getting bigger and bigger, and they had their thin wives with 2.5 kids and a picket fence. Some of the people who watched her were wealthy attorneys, accountants, and even college students. One man in California sent her about $200 a week through Western Union to buy groceries. So for about 6 weeks, he would call her to find out what food she had bought. But once she told him that she was done, he became furious. Philip wanted Donna to become extremely large, but then he would get mad at her because she couldn't vacuum the floor. Feeders, also known as fat appreciators or chubby chasers, among other things, are aroused by being overweight themselves, while others are aroused by making others overweight.
Philip loves my belly, so he needs to have my belly as a center of attention during sex.
The act of feeding is called Feederism. Feedees become aroused by eating, being fed, and the idea or the act of gaining weight. For some people, they don't become overweight. The thought of it is enough for them. But just like with anything else, you will always have people that take things to an extreme. Not every feeder wants their feedee to weigh hundreds of pounds. Some simply want to see a slight change in weight, and a weight gain of 30 or 40 pounds is enough for them. It's also supposed to be consensual. The feeder may also feel a sense of power and dominance by being responsible for the change in their partner's body.
I think the food in itself is probably just a lead-in to what's going to happen after the food is consumed.
When it comes to dreaming about my weight, really there's no limits. I want to be 1,000 pounds.
I support Donna in her goal of reaching 1,000 pounds. To us, her gain is a source of enormous sexual pleasure.
I don't believe that I've taken it to a zone that's unhealthy. My blood pressure's fine, I stay away from salt.
Donna and I discussed the idea of immobility, and immobility is a huge turnoff.
Some actually fantasize about being immobile, but they don't actually want that in their real life. On the We're All Insane podcast, Rosie Jean talked about the sinister side of Feederism.
There's a big umbrella when it comes to Feederism. And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death feederism. And death feederism is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die.
In 2021, Renee, she appeared on My 600 Pound Life, and she later died following years of health complications related to her weight. Men would give her money for food so she would gain weight. She would also sit on men for money, which is called squashing. She said that it was fun at first, but her weight eventually became too much to deal with. She had a gastric bypass and lost 250 pounds, but in a 2018 episode of My 600 Pound Life, she almost died while she was being driven to the hospital. She survived that trip, but unfortunately, she died in 2021. Now, let's talk about James King. If you don't have a clue who James King is, watch this.
Ow, my legs! Oh, my legs! Oh! Oh, my legs are stuck! Oh!
You guys?
Oh, my legs! Oh! Oh! Don't let my legs go! Oh!
We have the
Pick!
straps on it.
No! No! Pick them in there. Oh, my legs. Oh, my legs. Oh.
You can't just put it right here, so sort of tilt that side.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Hello. How y'all doing? Doctor, I'm not right now because...
Oh, my leg. Oh, it's too much. Oh, my foot. Oh. Oh. Oh.
James, to me, is the most frustrating person that I have ever seen on the show My 600-Pound Life. People talk about Stephen Asante. He was annoying, but for some reason, James and Lisa bug me more than Stephen does. James, at his heaviest, was 843 pounds, and he was on 2 episodes of the show. He and his thin girlfriend Lisa claimed that they desperately needed help, and they started a GoFundMe to transport James to Houston, Texas to see Dr. Now. The GoFundMe only received $300. During an episode of the show, his father had a slight stroke. While visiting James, he refinanced his house so that James would have the money to get to Houston. He did so in vain.
I don't know if he got too hot, nerves, or something ain't right. When I'm stuck in this bed and something happens to my dad, it makes me very mad that I can't get up. I want to be there for him.
Food is like a cigarette to people like James. If you feel stressed, smoke a cigarette, or in his case, eat something unhealthy. It comforts and kills at the same time. Unfortunately, James and Lisa only worked against Dr. Now. Instead of losing, James would just continue to gain weight. At one point, he lost 132 pounds while he was in the hospital. Once he left the hospital, he would just gain it back. Keep in mind that James hadn't walked in over 2 years, so Lisa was responsible for all of his care, Lisa and Bailey. During the show, he was rushed to the ER for chest pains, and he was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. But when he came home, he wanted Chinese food instead of what was on Dr. Now's diet plan.
I'm starving, my head's hurt.
What do you think you want? I have some fish.
I don't want that. I'm tired of the same stuff. Order me Chinese. Egg rolls and rice, fried rice.
I don't know about the rice, though.
That's what I want, though.
But rice is on that paper that we're not supposed to have.
It's fried.
Fried makes it worse.
Now, I'm not saying that Lisa was an actual feeder, but there are some that believe that she was.
We're gonna make some more changes, but can you
But,
please?
Lisa, I don't believe a word you said. You're killing him. You do your part, and he does his part, or I'm through with you.
True.
You understand this?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so I'm sick and tired of wasting my time coming here, bringing all the people working for you, and you do nothing.
Either that or she simply wanted him gone, which is what I believe is the case.
I'm doing an experiment. I had the staff watching Lisa when she comes, but this week I had them stop watching her to see if James will have gained some when we check his weight. Then she would have taken this window of opportunity to sneak food in to make his condition worse again. And then we have definitive proof that any chance Lisa gets, she's gonna feed him to have him gain and slowly kill him.
Usually when he's here in the hospital on your diet plan, he loses 2 to 4 pounds a day.
Why do you think he didn't this time, Lisa? I'll tell you why. You've been sneaking food in again. I purposely had the staff lit up to see if you would do this. This time, we caught you red-handed, Lisa.
I know I did. I won't tell you it again. This is gonna be the last time, okay?
This level of pathology and deceit is just off the chart. You're killing him, Lisa, and you'll be getting a visit from Adult Protective Services.
Well, she ain't giving me no food.
I couldn't
and
tell
the only
you
thing I'm
what-
eating is what she's bringing me.
I'm gonna prove it for you. Let's make a bet, okay? If she doesn't come visit you for 5 days and get your weight down
It ain't
50
got nothing to
pounds.
do with her.
Okay.
I haven't gave him
All
nothing,
right.
Doctor, now.
You want to stay like that? If she stays away for 5 days, we'll have you lose 20 to 30 pounds. And once and for all, you will have all the proof you need that your weight gain isn't magic or water. It's Lisa.
Doctor, now look, you told me that he was going to die. I'm not going to bring him food. The last time he was in the hospital,
All right,
sir, I swear to God, I did
him?
not bring him no food.
Okay.
You just admitted to it last time. What is she smoking? Because she was very honest about it before, and now all of a sudden she's changing up on us?
So stay away from him for 5 days. We'll see what happens. That gonna be hard for you?
Well, I want to know why he didn't lose the weight the last time he was here.
Because I let it happen to see if you tell the truth. You're still not. And at this point, if you refuse to go without Lisa for even 5 days, then there is nothing more we can discuss here.
I wanted to share this comment with you. If you watch videos that involve James and Lisa, you will probably see people talk about how she overfed her ex-husband and that she's doing the same thing to James. Once I came across this comment, I had to screenshot it because I wanted you to see it. They said I'm from the area and people in hospitals here did a lot to try and help him before this episode was even filmed. That's why nobody donated to the GoFundMe that they set up. Also, Lisa did not do the same thing to the man she dated before, or was married to before. He was big, but perfectly mobile, like corn-fed country boy fat. Last I heard, Bailey moved in with a boyfriend and had a baby, but that's been a couple of years. This is a picture of Lisa and 4 of her children. Her children with James obviously came later.